Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mr. Benfica's pre-match team talk. This is episode number 1, and I am the host, the Mr. Mike Agostinho. Most of you probably know me from the podcast Mr. Benfica. I am, of course, the host of that podcast, owner also of www.mrbenfica.com. Go ahead and check out episode 60 of Mr. Benfica. It's available everywhere podcasts are available right now. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Castbox, you name it, it's there. Okay, so check it out. If you can't find it on your preferable platform, no worries. You can find it at www.mrbenfica.com. There's a link there where you can listen to the latest episode right there. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at BenficaMr, on Instagram at Mr. Benfica, and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Mr. Benfica. All right, this is the team talk, so we're getting ready for the match this afternoon. It is Benfica versus Portimonense, and I've got the goal point preview up right now. This is round number 26, and the match is going to be played in Portimão in about 2 hours' time. Right now, no lineup has been announced yet, so I'm going to play a little bit of a guessing game here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview, but mostly I'm going to tell you what I want to see in this match, okay? I'll also hit on what I think I might see. The key figures in the match, the key players here. For Portimonense, it is Hackman. He's coming in with an average goal point rating of 5.89. He is the most informed player, according to Goal Point, on Portimonense at this time. All right, and Benfica's most informed player right now is Adel Taarabt with an average 6.86 goal point rating. He has a expected goals ratio of 2.24 and 1.1 against, okay? Taarabt has been playing well, okay? I think he's one of the key elements of this match today. I think Bruno Lage needs to play him in midfield so we can get more out of him. We saw last week against Tondela when he plays further up the pitch, he's got his back to his own goal, and he's nowhere near the player he is when he's facing goal. I think dropping him deeper into our end where he can turn and he can face the goal that he is attacking and he can go forward with it. He can do a lot for us on the dribble. He's the best passer of the ball we probably have in the squad right now. So he is a key guy, but for all the things we say about Adel Taarabt and for all that he does on the field, all he's got to show for it this season is 1 goal and 1 assist, okay? That needs to change. If Benfica are going to win the championship, Adel Taarabt needs goals and assists. Goals and / or assists. Goals need to happen, okay? We can't win games 0-0 just like last week. I think Bruno Lage is going to roll out a very similar lineup to what we saw against Tondela. Unfortunately, it looks like he is going to stick with his guys. He is going to go, in my opinion, with the same 4 across the back. Jardel stays. He's the captain. He's fit. No reason to take him out. If Weigl is fit, I think Weigl starts under Lage. Okay, and by fit, I don't necessarily mean physically. Weigl was having the best match he's had in a Benfica uniform a week ago, and then Bruno Lage unexplainably subs him off in the 55th minute. That was a mistake. The game was lost there because what happened after that is Benfica lost their touch, they lost their rhythm. It took 10 to 12 minutes to get it back, and those are 10 to 12 minutes we couldn't afford to waste. Benfica unable to get a result last week, and a big part of it was that disruption in the rhythm and in the system of play with that substitution that Bruno Lage made. Maybe the worst substitution he's made since he's taken over Benfica. Of course, subbing off Julian Weigl and bringing on Diego Souza. Not because he brought in Diego Souza. I think bringing on Diego Souza and dropping Adel Taarabt into midfield was fine, but you can't take Weigl out in that situation. Weigl was the best player for Benfica at that time in the match. I don't care what position he plays, okay? He's doing the old Portuguese thing where you take out the holding mid and you add a forward. You don't touch the 4 across the back. No, he could have subbed off Jardel. That would have worked. Okay, he could have subbed off Gabriel because Gabriel was completely gassed. He didn't do that either. Pizzi could have come off at that time also because Pizzi had a horrible game last week. There was absolutely nothing good to say about Pizzi in the match last week. Okay, so Bruno Lage, we'll start with that 4. Okay, Weigl is going to play in the hole. I think he's teaming up with Gabriel again. And I have no reason to think that Bruno Lage is not going to keep rolling out Pizzi on the right side, Rafa on the left, with Taarabt in behind. Probably going to be Diego Souza today. I don't think he's going to roll out Carlos Vinicius. I think that's going to be the one change he makes. Because, for whatever reason, he likes all of these crosses. He likes having 14 crosses a match, crossing anywhere in the attacking third. Ruben Dias will launch 3 or 4, a few strides past midfield. If you're going to do that, you got to have Diego Souza in the box because he is the only threat we have in the air. So I think that's going to be the one change that we're going to see. But we'll have to wait and see. What I would do, however, is completely different, okay? I would stick with Odie in the back. My back 4 would be the same, okay? No reason to change there. However, I'm going to play a 4-3-3 if I'm in charge today. And I'm going to have Florentino in the 6 today because when you play 4-3-3, that number 6 belongs to Florentino in that system, okay? There's no questions about it. He is phenomenal in that system. I know we haven't seen him in a long time, but everybody is at square one right now in terms of fitness, in terms of rhythm. There's been one match, that's it. Okay, there were no friendlies. There was nothing like that for them to get themselves ready. So I'm going with Florentino. I'm partnering him with Taarabt on one side and Gabriel on the other. And Gabriel's on a short leash. Okay, I got 55 to 60 minutes tops for Gabriel today. He's not fit. Okay, but that's where I'm putting him. Probably bringing in Pizzi at that moment. See if maybe he's woken up after being dropped. Yes, I'd be dropping Pizzi today. Pizzi would start today's match on the bench. Up front, I'm going with Diego Souza. Okay, for the reasons already stated. We're going to send these crosses. We need Diego Souza in the box. He's going to partner with Rafa, and he is going to partner with Jota. Okay, I'm going on a limb, but the kid needs to play. Pizzi's not getting the job done on the right. Give the kid some time from the start. Let him get into the match. Let him get touches and see what he's got. If worse comes to worse, you yank him at halftime, all right, and you slide somebody else in there. That's fine. But it's time to make changes. You cannot roll out the same team you did last week. You got to make some changes. The opposition knows exactly how we're going to play if we're going to do that. So you need to make changes, in my opinion, okay? The important thing here, I don't want to see a million crosses from bad angles. And by that I mean, our outside backs, touchline wide, 25 yards, diagonal ball. The defenders are going to be sitting back there. There could be a line of 5. I wouldn't be surprised to see a line of 5 for Portimonense. And they're going to get all of those because they're facing the ball as it's coming in. Our players are running in, and they're backing up trying to get to it. I don't like to see those plays. I want to see the ball find the feet of Adel Taarabt, find the feet of Rafa, okay? And crosses have to be deeper, in my opinion. You got to get into the final third, and you got to be crossing back away from goal and try to find the head of Diego Souza, assuming, of course, he's the guy that is in there today. Very important to get on the board, okay? So when we don't have the ball, because they are going to sit, I think we need to find a way to press higher. I know the players are tired, but the first 5-6 seconds that Portimonense have the ball, they have to be under high pressure because we have to force a mistake to find the first goal. All right, they're not just going to give it to us. If they're playing with 2 very deep lines, then perhaps you go with Rafa a little bit behind. Okay, so him and Taarabt can make a little bit of a 2-man attack behind Diego Souza so that you get 2 guys into that gap and maybe they can combine, get the ball played into the box. Okay, we have to run at them. We have to create opportunities, and the finishing has to be better. No questions asked. Also, interesting thing to watch is, let's see what Jackson Martinez does today. If he's on the pitch, let's see what he does today, all right? Let's not forget that penalty kick he missed. I'm saying it, he missed it on purpose at the Dragon. Let's see what happens today. Let's see what kind of performance Jackson Martinez puts in for Portimonense today. All right, I'm predicting Benfica are going to win this one. Their backs are against the wall. Bruno Lage needs a victory. He's very close to having his job on the line. I know on the podcast I said that, according to the president, he's the manager for the next 5 years. And I said that I don't think there's going to be a change. If we if we don't start getting points, if we don't start getting victories, well, the president's going to be under a lot of pressure. Remember, the president has to be reelected still. He's going to be under a lot of pressure to replace the manager if things don't go the way they need to in the next 9 matches, all right? So I'm looking for Bruno Lage to coach a better match this week. He made mistakes last week, okay? Just as players have to perform, managers have to perform as well. I'm hoping that his staff can be of assistance, all right? Hoping the performance analyst, Johnny da Conceição, has looked at the match, and I hope that the team has gathered and seen what needs to change. We'll see what they roll out there, all right? We're less than 2 hours away from kickoff. I'm saying Benfica eke one out today. 2-0. It will be the prediction. I don't normally do predictions, but for this episode 1, I will do a prediction of 2-0 for Benfica today. They're going to get the 3 points, put the pressure on Porto, play immediately after, and then we'll see what happens next week against Rio Ave. This has been your pre-match Team Talk with the Mr. Mike Agostinho. Go ahead and hit subscribe right now to follow this channel and to know when I've got new stuff coming out, and of course, wherever you get your podcast, subscribe, like, share, Mr. Benfica. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and leave a nice comment so that the podcast can get out to more people. Thank you for joining me. We're a few hours from kickoff, like I said. Enjoy the match. Força Benfica, carrega Benfica, damo 38.